Hey YouTube, how's it going, guys? Gonna do a short video here on Destiny. Just explaining a few things, doing a quick little review for anybody that hasn't played Destiny or is looking into um, getting Destiny for the first time. I'm just gonna go into it and I'm gonna kind of explain what you can do, what planets there are. Um, and just basically a quick little video, just to give you a quick idea on what Destiny is about and what you can do, just in case, like I said, you haven't played it before or you're looking to pick it up. So let's start it up here. The first screen you're going to come to, it's going to be a character selection screen. So you're going to have three characters to choose from. You can either be a warlock, a titan, or a hunter. Um, you can choose to be all three characters. Like once, say you want to start off as a warlock, and you run through it, you run through the story and everything, and you've done the activities and stuff, and you want to start a new character. You can start a new character and you can run through the story and do all the things as well. For certain events and activities, you can get rewards for that character. Um, like drops, weapon drops, gear drops, stuff like that. And the gear and weapons can be switchable. You put them into a vault where you store everything, and they can be interchangeable between characters. Some things you can't, some items you can't, like some gear and some weapons you can't transfer because it's only for that certain character. Um, so here we're at the character screen. Obviously, see I have all three characters done. Now, the max light level you can get right now is 400. The light level is basically your power. Um, and then level 40 is, used to be level 20, but now they raised it to level 40. Um, so that's just your level cap. You can get to level 40, and that allows you to, open up all the gear slots and everything. Like, I believe you can't. There's some items you can't use until you get to certain levels in that. Um, but let's open up the Warlock. I'm gonna use my Warlock because I like to main the Warlock. He's my favorite. So we're just gonna. So this is basically, you're gonna load in here, and you go to your set destination. Now, you guys, when you first start, you're not gonna have all this opened up until you've completed the whole story and gotten to the certain light levels that are required. Now you're going to start with the Earth. Now these are everything in here. These are missions. Destiny has some expansion packs like the House of Wolves. You got the Dark Below. This is the Taken King, and this is the Rise of Iron. So if you guys don't have any of the expansion packs, which pretty much right now, if you're buying it brand new or if you're buying it, it's gonna come as a complete set. There's a complete set. I would suggest getting the complete set, depending on your budget. But if you just get the regular bare bones Destiny, just to try it out, you're gonna get these. These are the missions here that come with it. All the ones with the, like, see how it says House of Wolves, that don't come with it. But these ones, and then these here are what you call a strike. Every mission or strike, you can run through with up to 3 players. So if you have other friends that play Destiny or are looking into getting Destiny, you can run the story with up to 3 people. So you and 2 other friends. If you don't have other friends to play it and you're looking to play it solo, you can play it solo as well. When I first got it, I did that. So I ran through the story and I beat the story. I did the strikes. The strikes have, if you don't have friends, they have matchmaking, which will find 2 other players that are looking to do the same strike as you, and it'll match you up with them, and you guys can play it together. Now, there's another thing. It's called a raid. A raid is an activity as well. You play it with up to 6 players. There's no matchmaking on the raids. So you have to have 6 players in that. You have to know six players. There's a Destiny forum where you can actually go and find teams that are looking for people to do raids, people doing strikes, activities. There's a whole bunch of stuff you can find people to do. So if you're a single player, don't worry. There's people out there that are just like you and are looking for people to do it. You can do it through the Destiny Companion app. You can do it through the Destiny Bungie.net site. They're all switched over now to Destiny 2 being around the corner. So you might have, it's going to have a new look to it. So you just got to kind of tinker with it and find the forums. But in this here, this is, if you have the Rise of Iron, this is another social space. So here in the middle here is the tower. It's going to be your social space. This is where everybody goes. You got the Cryptarch there, which when you get engrams are things that drop, and they turn into either gear or weapons. And you take it to the Cryptarch, and he'll decrypt them, and you'll get an armor piece or a weapon piece. It's basically a mystery. It's called an engram. There's green ones, which when you start off, you'll start with green, white and green, and then you're going to have purple, which is legendary. Before the purple, you're going to have blue, which is a common engram, and then you're going to have, after legendary, you're going to have exotics. Exotics don't drop in the world from enemies. You'll get white, green, and blue ones. After so long, the white ones stop, and after so long, the green ones still come. But once you get to a high enough level, the green ones will they'll decrypt automatically into armor materials, which armor materials you use to upgrade your armor. Now, basically, like I was telling you here, there's the Cryptarch. You got the Postmaster, which he gives you bounties. So you go and collect bounties from him, and it'll give you certain things to do, like kill enemies or kill enemies with solar abilities, or use a solar gun or an arc gun to kill enemies, or use your super. So you can go and that'll give you, XP and reputation and stuff. Not reputation, but XP to gain your levels. Every weapon and armor, they have XP you can gain on them. They have certain perks and stuff to them, so you can upgrade those. In the tower, you also got 3 factions. You can join a faction. There's Dead Orbit, you got Future War Cult, and you got New Monarchy. And they have certain gear, and they have certain weapons, and you can rank them up, and you get to certain levels with them. So once you rank them up, every time you rank them up, you get a package from them. So you get special drops. You can get ships, shaders, emblems, weapons, armor. It gives you the choice whether you want to do weapon or if you want to do armor. And then there's armor, a different kind of armor. But you got the factions there. You also got every Friday to Sunday, there's a guy called Xur that comes, and he's a special agent of the Nine. He comes and he has special exotics. You can also exchange Mozilite for stuff. He requires a thing called strange coins. You get strange coins all over the place. You can get them in Crucible. You used to be able to get them from Nightfall, but you can't get them there anymore. So he's got exotics and stuff you can buy for strange coins, armor pieces and stuff. He's got a bunch of things there you can, from Friday to Sunday. You also got the speakers there. You got the Crucible Quartermaster, so you can go and get Crucible bounties and stuff from them. You can buy, there's weapon vendors, there's the gunsmith. Then you got your 3, you got Ikora Rey, which is for the Warlock. You got Commander Zavala for the Titan, and then you got Cayde 6 for the Hunter. So you can, they're called the Vanguard. and you can rank them up as well. So every time you do like patrols, which patrols are, there's little beacons around each planet. You can go and do patrols and get XP and rank up your Vanguard that way. And they're just like factions. They give you certain gear, certain weapons, ships and stuff can drop as well. And so they're there. And you got your vaults there as well, which you can store all your weapons, your guns, your armor, your materials, everything. You got a big vault space to store everything in. I wouldn't suggest trying to be a hoarder with things, so just keep your basic weapons and armor and stuff that you're actually going to use, because the vault space it is a big vault space, but when it comes to all the weapons and gear and stuff in Destiny, there's not much room at all. So that's basically it for the tower. You got the reef. The reef acts the same way. It's got a vault. It's got and the tower as well. They got a postmaster. So if you're out in the world and an engram drops or something and you don't pick it up, it'll automatically go to the postmaster, so you can go and check him. It's like checking your mail. He'll have stuff in there. If your inventories are full, some items they'll go directly to the postmaster, so you don't lose out on them. So yeah, the reef is pretty much another social space. It has Variks there, which is for the challenge, the Prison of Elders. He's got a faction. You can rank him up, the House of Judgment. You got the Queen. The Queen, you can rank her up. She's part of the House of Wolves DLC. Variks is part of the House of Wolves as well. Then you got the Prison of Elders as well. You can play, which is more activities. That's over here. You need to buy a sigil from Variks to get that. But then there's these activities you can play. But this is the Vestian Outpost, which is, like I said, the social space. You got your vault there. Azure sometimes shows up there. And you got the Trials, but Trials is now, it's over. It was a Crucible event. It happened every weekend. It was 3 versus 3. Went 5 rounds. And you tried to get to 9-0 wins. If you got 9 wins and no losses, you would be able to go to what they call is the lighthouse, and you open this big chest and it would give you these rewards, and it would just show your power because you would go 9-0. But Trials was a 3 versus 3, 5 rounds, the best of 5 rounds. There was bounties and stuff for that, but he's no longer available because it's obviously Destiny 2 is around the corner, so it's gone. They also had an Iron Banner event that came once a month, and that was like into the Crucible events. And you can rank up him to rank 5. They're no longer available as well either, because it's moving over to Destiny 2. But once you progress through the story, you're going to open up the moon, and then you'll open up Venus, and then Mars will open up, and that'll be the last one. If you have, like I said, the whole pack where you have all the DLCs and stuff, excuse me, then you'll open up the Dreadnought, which is part of the Taken King, and that'll open up more missions. Every DLC pack has more missions and more activities and stuff added to the Destiny game. So if you don't have that, then the game it's pretty short. But with all the expansions, the game is pretty big. So once you're done all that, this is the Crucible here. So if you're a PvP person, you can come in here and you can play Control. There's Elimination is it's like exactly like Trials. It just gives you a practice run before Trials comes. It's a 3 versus 3, best of 5 rounds. And then you can come in. There's a mode called Rift. There's Control, Skirmish, Rumble. So that's the PvP aspect of it. In here is the Vanguard Strike playlist. These are strikes where you play 3 players. and you go through it. It's like one giant activity, and then there's the boss at the end, which drops rewards. Same with the raid. The raid is 6 players. No matchmaking on that though. You run through that, and I think there's about 3 to 5 bosses. Uh, it varies on bosses, 3 to 5 bosses around that. But the raids are really, really fun. They could take a few hours to play, depending on the players that you have, how well you know how to do the raid. Raids are all built on mechanics and DPS. DPS being damage. So once you've done all that and you've gotten to high enough levels to open all these up, this is called the director. Um, so here you have your this is your zone control, which is um, a crucible event. It's an activity, sorry, not an event. But that's I believe that's a weekly event. This here is your daily story playlist, and as you can see here, the rewards. It gives you treasures of ages. It gives you 1 a week. For this, it gives you can every time you do a daily story activity, it gives you 20 legendary marks up to 5 times for a week. This one gives you 1 times 10 legendary marks and then 1 treasures of ages. This here is a strike playlist. So that's just like I was showing you up there. This is it gives you rewards, see the treasures of ages, and then you get your legendary marks. And you also have the boss at the end where you get engrams and loot and stuff from there. Um, this here is the weekly nightfall, so it's a hard activity. So basically, also every activity gives you a recommended light level. So this here you have to be at least 380 to play it. So see, as it says, very hard. The weekly nightfall, it comes. You can play it once per week to get rewards. But if you have 3 characters, you can play it, once on every character and get rewards for all 3, right? So it's kind of better to have 3 characters. That's why I made 3. And then it tells you it's got arc burn, solar burn, void burn. So any weapon that has the arc burn or solar burn or void burn will do more damage. And then it's got other modifiers as well, and that changes every week as well. And as you see, unknown rewards. So it gives you an unknown reward at the end when you beat it. So it could be an exotic, could be a legendary, and it also gives you a skeleton key. Now, the skeleton key will allow you at the end of every strike, you're going to see a chest, and those chests require skeleton keys. And then you use that and you open it and it gives you rewards. So it gives you specific rewards to that strike. So every strike has, specific rewards. It could have a specific gun and a specific gear per strike. So that's pretty good as well. And this here, you need the Elder Sigil. This is the challenge of Elders, like I was showing you in the Reef. And it gives you a legendary engram the first time you complete it. And it gives you every 3, you can collect up to 30 marks. So you can play three challenge of Elders, and then you'll get 10 marks each time. And what the Challenge of Elders and Prison of Elders is it's the Challenge of Elders is 3 rounds, and I believe Prison of Elders is 5 rounds. So what you do is you go in, and every one you go into, it's either you're going to face the Cabal, you're going to face the Vex, or you're going to face the Fallen, and then they also have Hive. So it's gonna change, and then there's gonna be a boss that you're gonna have to defeat. That's pretty fun. And then you have this, which is new. It's called the Weekly Featured Raid. So once a week, the raids will. There's 4 raids in total. You got the Vault of Glass. Then you got Crota, and then you have King's Fall, and then you have the new one, which is. I can't remember what the name. I haven't played Destiny in a while, so Wrath of the Machine. So every week you can come here and you can complete a weekly raid. It gives you raid gear set, every boss, unknown rewards as well, and then you get ornaments. Ornaments which you can put on the gear, and it gives you special ornaments to show that your power, you've completed the raids. Um, so that's something you can play into too, but that's later into the game. I mean, that's not something you're going to do right away. It's going to take you quite a while to just beat the story and then everything else as well. So, I mean, that's basically it, guys, for this. It's I recommend buying Destiny before you get Destiny 2, because there are going to be some parts of Destiny 2 story that you might not get because it ties into the stuff that we've done in Destiny 1. They say you can play Destiny 2 before you play Destiny 1. It's open to all new players. But my recommendation would be to buy Destiny 1 first. I mean, it's probably cheap to get the base game right now. I mean, I've seen it on the PlayStation Store for $39.99 to buy the whole thing. You get everything. And when you do buy the whole pack, the bundle, you get something called a Spark of Light, or I'm not sure what the other one was called, and that will boost your level right to 40 on one character, so that you can start at 40 and you can have all the gear and everything, and you can start leveling up that way. It's kind of a path that they took to get people that are just buying Destiny. They started it with the Taken King. It was called the Spark of Light, and it was just to get them up to the right level so that they can jump right into the Taken King if they wanted to. And the Rise of Iron, they did the same thing. But that's my recommendations. You guys are more than welcome to just jump into Destiny 2 if you want. If this video helped you and liked you and made you want to buy Destiny, please hit a like on the video. Comment down below if you guys have any questions about Destiny, or if you should buy, or what you should do, or how to get to the forums, anything like that. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. Make sure you hit the bell notification button as well, so you get notified when my videos go up. I do a lot of live streaming. Destiny 2 will be live streamed. So yeah, guys, hope this video helped you out. Hopefully you guys get into some Destiny, and maybe I'll see you in Destiny 2. Take care, guys.